Hey everybody, this episode of Mr. Fix, we're going to make a Fougasse bread. Now, it's starting at a little after 8 o'clock because even though it's not very difficult, there's a lot of steps involved in doing this. So, I have my recipe here, it's all set, good to go. 700 grams of flour, check. Right here, next is we're going to get some of this instant rise yeast. And we're going to need 2.5 grams of it, not too much. Salt we need 1 tablespoon or 15 grams will do you. That's good. So we got the salt with the yeast, with the flour. Now next is going to be the semolina. Semolina, we need 30 grams of it. Good. That's pretty good. All right. And then we're going to need some water. Now, some water we're going to need 550 grams at 30 degrees Celsius water. All right. So what I like to do first is I like to put the water in. KitchenAid mixture helps first. Helps a lot. And then I like to get my instant rise yeast in. And I like to mix it by hand first. This helps activate it and plus dilute it, and a whole bunch of benefits if you see a lot of people on the internet doing it. There's a lot of people that do it. Even the Napolitana pizza guys, they use the natural yeast, and even them when they're starting to do their pizzas and stuff like that, they do that. So there's a lot of people that do it like this, and I think it's a good idea. And I've done this a few times and it works. Okay, so we're good on the mixer. You're gonna use this paddle here. I don't know which one it's called, but you got a KitchenAid, you know which one I'm talking about. We'll lock it. I'm gonna stir slow. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slowly add the flour. Then once I got, I don't know, a bunch of scoops in it, then I can add the semolina, mix it in, and then the salt, and then keep adding the flour until it's done. Then what I'm going to do there is, once I've put it on at about 2 minutes, then I'm going to let it go for another 2 minutes, and that's it. So this whole process should take about 4 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a buzzer going on my stove for about 4 minutes. That's it. Okay? And we're going to stir it on low. So here we go. Here comes the semolina in there. They're going. And here's the salt. The reason for that is the salt will kill your yeast, so that's why you want to add it later. Let the machine do the work. If you have to, you can stop it and scrape the side just to make sure it's all together. But that's not what we want to do here. The machine do the work. 4 minutes tops. We don't want to overknead all this stuff. And the reason for starting this morning is because this process in total will take about 4 hours and 15 minutes. Not a lot of work it takes, but it's just a lot of little steps that might drive you a little crazy. But you'll see the end result. Pretty good. So that's going to go. I don't need any more flour, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of flour, put it on the side there. It's not in the best spot. Now it's kind of clumping on the sides. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop it for a second. Just going to kind of get it off the sides there, but that's okay. Because afterwards we're going to put it into a nice ball. I'll just give you an indicator what's happening here. Okay. It's just going to go like that. 4 minutes tops from start to finish. There it is. That's it. Now, take this off. Now all I'm doing here is just going to kind of scrape it a little bit. Still, you know, it's going to be a little gooey and this and that, but that's what we're going to do. Is going to leave it just like that. Okay? So leave it like that. Okay? What we're going to do is just going to wrap it up. Just wrap it up. Nice little saran. Leave it at room temperature for 1 hour. And then I'll show you what's next. So during this hour, I'm going to be getting all the olives and the olives that we're going to put in there, chopping them all up, getting that ready. Okay, because that's going to happen next. So you want to just get an early start, because right now I got a little bit of time. I'm going to make myself a coffee, and then I'm going to chop everything up, and we're going to go with that. Leave your mixer out because you're going to need it. It's almost like watching paint dry, but take your time with it, and you'll see. Just give it a little bit. It's going to need time. So every hour on the hour, we're going to go looking at it and doing a few little things to it. So, but in the meantime, get up early, get an early start for this thing, and enjoy your coffee. All right, so now we got a little bit of the tedious part is to with the olives. So we got this kalamata olives, got the green olives, and then we have some black olives. Now, I don't think you can go wrong here as far as how much you put in. I have a count of about 30 whole ones to put in. These are pre-sliced, but I'm going to take a bunch out to see what I deem necessary and just give them a little cut. A little bit more on the tedious side is to get the pits out of these kalamatas. So. That 1 hour is up. I got my mixture in here. Here's the dough, what it looks like. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I got the hook on. Now, to get an even consistency, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread this out a little bit on the top. Spread it out a little bit. I'm going to put it in. You don't want to overturn it too much. Okay? Quick, probably 5 seconds. Take this out. You're going to see the mixture. I want to kind of spread it out a little bit. Now it's pretty sticky, right? So it's just because I found that if you throw it all in there one shot, what'll happen is that you might get a lot of olives in one spot versus the other spot. So I don't think you're going to be able to prevent that, but this just helps it a little bit. But we don't want to stir it too much, okay? You get this, spread it out as best as you can. And yes, you're going to get some spots that have more olives than others. Not much you can do. And the dough is very sticky at this point, so it's not like we can take it out and really spread it around. Don't even attempt that. All right, so we're gonna put it back in, lock it up. A few more seconds. Nothing big. As long as it kind of like it's all sticking together, and that's it. See, here it is. Cover on, and 1 more hour. All right, guys, we're back. See, now with all this time that you have, an hour, whatever, it's time to go shave, have a shower, come back. Got my nice brand new apron that I got for Christmas. Stand back, Dad's cooking. Nice. Okay, so it's been 1 hour, like I said. You'll see. Okay, it's all right. So I'm going to take that. What you want to do is put it on a floured surface. So let's lightly flour this one. And then we're going to slowly get it out. Now we're just kind of going to work it a little bit. Okay. Just kind of work it into a little ball. A floured area, because like I said, it was sticky, right? So we're going to kind of get it like that. And after you've done that, I'm going to put it back in, like this. And we're going to put the saran back on. That's it. And 1 more hour. All right, it's been another hour here. And you can see it's really grown nice. Looks good. Okay, so what we're going to do here on a floury surface, again, flour it a little bit more, spread it out a little bit. Flour on it there. Now what we want to do here, a little sticky, so just kind of flour it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's good. Now what you want to do here is 4 equal sections of it. So there's 3. This one's a little smaller, but it's good. That. And once we do that, all we're going to do is we're going to cover it with some saran wrap. And we're going to give it 20 minutes. All right? So it's been 20 minutes. What we're going to do here is, what we're going to do is lightly flour where we're going to put the pieces. Once again, on the floured section is to stretch it out. Stretch that out. That's good. Now, next, wrap them all up, put a saran on them, and we're going to let them sit. You guessed it, 1 more hour. Now, once we give it about a half an hour into this, we're going to set the oven to bake at 425. That way there it gets nice and hot. And then, I'll show you the next step. We're going to put it on some pans, cut some little slots into, and we're going to show you that coming up. But 1 more hour. So if you got to go to Costco or do something else, now's your time. All right, so we've got 2 sheets here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to spray lightly with the olive oil. These things really work handy. Key to it is don't fill it up all the way. All right, so next step, can zoom in a little bit more here. Take these guys, careful with them. Nice. Now it's a little bit, it's still a little tricky because it's kind of sticky a little bit, and to get it onto here, to get it onto there, it might stick to your hands a little bit. Real quick, get it over. Okay? That. These things are a little big, but you kind of spread it a little bit. Like that. It's okay. It's because the pan isn't as big as I would like, and this one's a little bit bigger. So I'm just kind of stretch it a little bit. Now, when I do that, just gonna cut a couple of slices into it. Like that. Okay. That. Okay, so this one here, we're gonna go. Now the bottom one is hotter than the top, so I'm gonna put this one in there too, and then I'm gonna flip them at the halfway point. Total cook time is 30 minutes, but what I like to do is at the halfway, I only cook it for 25 like this, and then for 5 minutes what I do is I switch to bake. Okay? Obviously if I had a bigger sheet it would be a little bit better, but it's not always the case. Okay. Alright, we're going to put this guy. So remember, 30 minutes total. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to time it for about 12 minutes. And then I'm going to flip them, one on top of the other. And then I'm going to change it to broil. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook it probably about 3 minutes on each side and then flip them too, right? Just to get it, and then you can look at it and say, you know, is that the color that I want as far as broil? All right, 12 and a half minutes. We're going to switch them. Twelve and a half minutes. 12 and a half minutes is up. We're going to switch it to broil. And I'm going to give it 5 minutes because it's going to take a little bit of time. Then I'm going to flip them and give it 3. Got extra virgin olive oil here, and we're going to brush it on. And this will give it the color that you want. So you put it on broil until you get the color that you want. I might have overcooked this just a little bit. This is what you want to do. Just layer it on that olive oil, and you'll see it really pop. Like that. It's nice. You know, got every nook and cranny. You want to use the drippings, you can use the drippings there. All right, so here you go. I'd let it dry for a little while longer. It should be ready to serve. You chop it up, put it on a charcuterie board, and you're good to go. Good luck with your fougasse. Takes a little bit of time, but it tastes good. And thanks for watching, Mr.